that.
Tap tap. On the floor. Let me tag y'all all in my status.
So we are live. Like, hello everybody. Welcome to episode 17 of Showtime in Paris. Oh my gosh. Episode 17. And we have some wonderful guests with us tonight.
they all right.
Yeah, we're gonna start with the women because women rule. So introduce yourself, beauty.
What up, y'all? This is Starr. Yeah, it's me.
That's it. Also known as 5-star nanny.
Sorry, let me plug my
nanny
business.
at yahoo.com.
Hey.
5starnanny.com. If you need a nanny or a babysitter anywhere in the United States, hit me up and I could get you a dope caretaker for your
Anywhere in the
children.
United States, you
If you need a
expensive,
daddy,
you
hit me
big.
Oh, she nationwide.
I'm crawling, but I'm gonna
If
get
you
there.
If you need a daddy, hit me up. Huh?
Really? See, that's the
I'm just trying to
difference.
get away outfitted.
At least a
Daddy.
sperm donor.
Right. So welcome back. This is second week in a row. What's your name again?
Oh man, there go these high school scars you got. This is this is Ike. I'm glad to be back again with you guys rolling. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit more stable this time, so we're gonna make this work.
Okay.
He was really, and full disclosure, I'm not going to introduce myself because I'm like the star, always overshadowed Paris. But no, full disclosure, we didn't want Ike back. We had a last minute emergency, and we said, "Fuck it." We went to that dungeon he was at before, pulled him back. He's here. Sorry, y'all, but just one more week.
But it needs you, huh?
You know. Prime example. So we talking about something juicy tonight. I mean,
what are you talking
about?
What are you talking about, me?
Yeah, basically.
We're talking about men versus boys and women versus girls.
At some point, we know it's going to turn into men versus women, so this should be good.
No, I mean, like, men versus boys, because there's a difference. There's a huge difference. There's a huge difference in women versus girls. So what's up? I know I'm a full woman, so you know what I'm saying? I'll wait for me later, baby.
I can't stand when a woman get into her full womanhood and want to flaunt it on you. Now we're gonna start. We're gonna start by attacking like how y'all used to be girls and y'all grew up to be a woman, because y'all like just a week ago y'all wasn't shit, but now y'all like in y'all full blossom, and I'm proud of both of y'all.
Really?
Last week I wasn't shit show.
Got 5-star training.
Oh shoot! Wait, hold on.
What happened?
I said last week I wasn't shit
at all.
I said last week you was the shit.
Oh, okay.
Nah, Starr wasn't shit.
Starr is a very good client of mine. I love her as a human being. Sorry, Ike, you're a former client.
Oh, you talking business now?
Let's get with the program, though. Let's talk about it. Hold
on. Before we go with the program, I just want to say something, right? I just want to celebrate just one time for the one time. Cam Newton came back to the Carolinas, baby. Welcome back to Charlotte, Cam Newton.
Welcome back. Well, yeah, I celebrate that. Welcome back. Yeah, y'all should never kick them out, but hey, you know what I mean?
You don't know nothing about football.
Sometimes you got no choice. Sometimes you got no choice, but when you need a nigga, huh?
You know what? Cam Newton, he knew he was a man. He wanted to come over here to Carolinas where all the men is. He was tired of being a boy over where he was and came back to, you know what I'm saying?
First of all, that sounded a little sus. You talking about a dude want to go back where all the men is, but okay, I get what
No.
Yeah, I hope they want to go back where all the men
we don't. You know what I mean? This is a debut release.
You know, so today's a good day.
But Cam is from Atlanta.
Atlanta, Charlotte, yeah, close. Oh yeah, you mean he from Atlanta?
Oh,
He's trying to get us
Atlanta.
Anyway, he's trying to get us canceled, y'all.
Right, he from Atlanta.
Oh man.
But let me see. Who are y'all men, y'all boys? What's going on with y'all?
No, you know it's always ladies first. Let's start with it.
First, you can just tell. I was gonna say by man, you can tell by my actions. Yeah, y'all was running late, needed somebody last minute. What I do? Show up
there like a real nigga.
That's man 101 right there.
That's that grown man move.
I can show you better than I can tell you.
But then a man supposed to came and he canceled last minute and left you stuck. That's a boy move.
Oh, sir. Hey, get the men in your life, the boys in your life together.
Right.
Man, Ike, boy, special guest. But let's start with Starr as a woman, since she happens to be a female and she's a guest on the show. Starr, first, before we get into it, what do you think is one of the biggest difference? What's the difference from a woman and a girl? And like, what do you think is like, what does the transition meet? Like, tell us how you evolved from your womanhood. What's the biggest jump you made from a girl to a woman?
I feel like taking responsibility for my actions because I can be raggedy.
I'm like, since when?
I can
Don't
be
let him
raggedy
deter
at
you.
times, but I know I always hold myself accountable. I know when I'm being raggedy.
That is true.
I
come
own
on,
all
let
my
her
mistakes,
speak.
my flaws, all of that. I feel like girls make excuses. So I kind of feel like once I hit probably when I hit 30, I like evolved. I stopped going out. You know, I had moved to Atlanta in my 20s, going out all the time, partying, drinking, having a good time. 30, you kind of buckle down, hit responsibilities, start your life, make your career, make moves. So I would say at
About
like
2 weeks
30,
ago.
something clicked.
You're only 30. You 30 right now, ain't you?
Yeah,
So basically, like 3 weeks ago, you changed your life. Good to hear it.
Last week.
exactly. When I became your client.
You really turned it. That's the most woman move you ever did. That you evolved. Happy you met me. Step your life up. Paris,
Luckily,
not my client, still a girl. Paris, how did you change? Same for you. How did becoming a woman evolve to you? When did it hit you? Like, hey, I'm no longer a girl. I'm on this woman kick.
Yeah. Like Starr, I would say is in my 30s, right? I'm still in my 30s, but I would say I realized that I'm not the victim, right? And I think sometimes when we are in our childish girly phase, we always want to play the victim because society paints women to be, oh, don't treat her like that, don't talk to her like that. So I noticed that, I became a woman when I'm like, listen, I'm not the victim. I am the person that's causing the sugar honey iced tea, and I realized I need to grow the up, with my actions, my ways, stop making excuses and kind of saying, I want everybody else to kind of take blame for what I kind of got myself into. So I would agree with Starr totally.
I actually have a question for you, Paris, and Show, because both of you are parents and me and Ike are lucky and we're not parents yet. But did like having a child, I know you have like an age gap in your kids. I'm not sure how old you were when you had your first child, but do you feel like that helped you evolve into your womanhood, or no, because you had her so young?
Well, I had my oldest daughter when when I was 21. I had her on my 21st birthday, actually. But anyways, so I would say that it did not help me in the extent that I wanted it to, because I've been on my own. Like I had my own place when I was 16, so I was already an adult and I already womaned up at a young age. So I would say having my daughter, it helped me to kind of feel that motherly instinct, that nurturer, stuff like that. But I was already grown. You feel what I'm saying? So I would say having my daughter made me kind of tap into a softer side of myself. I was hardcore, like nobody could touch me. I'm the sugar honey iced tea, whatever the case may be. But when I had my daughter, I was just like, oh, my mom, I got to conduct myself differently. So at 21, I was a full grown woman, going to work, coming home, not partying, doing whatever, and missing out on what everybody else did at 21.
That's pretty good. And you wanted me to answer that too?
Yeah.
You're a dad, right? You're a daddy or a dad?
I'm a zaddy. I'm a zaddy and a daddy. I personally, I know the sound. I always felt like I was already grown because me personally, I never had like a guy to go to and talk to get advice, or nobody that I respected enough to like care what they thought. So I kind of was just maneuvering my way through life and doing what I thought was best through my eyes. I didn't talk about my plans with anybody or nothing like that. So I kind of feel how I felt since I was like maybe 8, 9-ish. I kind of felt like everything that I do depends on me. So I kind of had like a man's mentality. But I think the second level of that is when I had my kid, that put more structure into my manhood. that's when, because you can do wild. My friends know I live kind of loosey goosey, but it's like controlled loosey goosey. Like, you know, I handle my stuff, but it's on my own terms. It's on my own pace. I don't care what nobody else is doing. I'll take a chance. I'll do some shit that could make me go bankrupt tomorrow. If it can make me rich tomorrow, I'll roll it. I'll roll the dice. But when you got a kid, you got more people affected by your decisions. So that kind of slowed my willy-nilliness down. So like if I had $1,000 and I was going to try to make 100,000 with it, I would usually just throw the whole shit in the pot. But now I'm like, maybe I need to save $400 for this in case, you know. So it kind of prioritized my thinking and made me realize that it ain't just me that my actions affect when I want to do shit off the handle, off the rails. So, you know, now I'm more organized chaos. So I'll say that I always felt like a man, but having a kid definitely put the responsibility into that, because if it was just me I had to worry about, I'll be doing a whole bunch of reckless stuff.
So having a kid made your huevos drop?
Made my what, guys? Actually, when I didn't have a kid, it was pretty dropped. But having a kid kind of made me a little biz naive. Kind of made me a little soft, because now I got to think too much. I don't like thinking. I want to just live life and see what happens. But now you got to consider other people.
Sucks, man.
Like how it felt for me to be like, if I know you don't got a kid, but to have me as a dad in your life, how did that help mold you to where you're at today?
Steering me in all the wrong directions.
Thank you. That's what I'm here for. Now, when did you think you made that leap? When you felt like the difference, when you felt like you was on your own, when you felt like you was a man, as far as, you know, when did you take on that mentality?
I would say I definitely became more of a man in college, but I always had the blueprint. Just thinking about it, I remember when I was in elementary school, my elementary school is about like a mile away from my crib, and I would miss the bus. And it's just like, oh, well, I'm walking to school. Like there was no conversation with my mom and, hey, I missed the bus. Can you give me a ride? Whatever. I just kind of took responsibility of stuff that I had going on in my life and just get it done. So using that mentality is kind of like, now once I'm out of the crib and I'm making all my own decisions and kind of having to live with whatever I do, I just kind of transition accordingly. So I want to say more or less when I went into college, that I just kind of was on my own, making my own decisions. I was playing football, so I'm making decisions predicated on that too. So from training and just kind of staying away from certain situations, certain circumstances, knowing that I'm a leader within my own right. So just moving appropriately for the things that I want to accomplish, that just kind of tightened me up.
Most people don't know about that too. Like, you know, we both was athletes and stuff, but being an athlete kind of make you grown up quicker than you need to. The coaches treat you like, you know, when your parents and them there, they front, they walk off, they treat you like a fucking military soldier. You know, they cursing at you crazy. Some of them put hands on you a little bit. They try to rough you up. They talk to you. You got so much to do, so much responsibility. You got so much decisions to make, and one wrong decision fucks up your life.
And they play certain levels of mind games. You know what I mean? So you got to deal with the levels of mind games where, again, it could be from a situation where they're trying to play you from playing or whatever the case is. So you got to deal with that while you're dealing with like your daily life. You know what I mean? You got bills, back home. Exactly. So there's all these things where, that's why I said being in that space. And again, I'm amongst a lot of other young men too. So we in that space, kind of making the work with one another, working together, working apart, doing what we got to do. So it was definitely like, it's like steel sharpens steel. So when you're in a space like that, you're amongst other young men that are trying to make something out of themselves. Now, if you're trying to make something out of yourself, you're gonna take little tidbits from other people to be a better individual.
You ever got cheated on while you was in college, trying to concentrate on sports?
Really, Show?
Nah, I was the one doing all the fucking.
Nah, you see,
because you was a boy.
It was using me.
He was a boy. I knew him back in college. A big old boy.
Whoa.
He was a boy.
First of all, I was being there for young ladies that was going through a lot.
The audience want to know, Starr. The audience want to know, was I getting that ass? Yes or no?
So let's play like this, right? Like
no.
You guys say cheating.
That.
I was a relationship guru. I'm over here helping these young ladies navigate their relationship to be better women. I was making women, baby.
Ike, the female listeners want to know, in college, were you getting that ass? Yes or no?
At a high level. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. You know what I mean? Because I put quality over quantity. You know what I mean? So I was getting the right type of ass that was navigating me forward.
He was getting the high value women.
You was on TV playing football. You was hitting the weights like never before. You had a body and the chicks was on it.
They still got the body.
My bad. I'm bad. Don't keep your shirt on. Keep your shirt on.
Hey, I'm just saying, it's the truth. You ain't lying if you ain't lying if it's true.
Let me ask the women something. Let's take this men, women. Let's take it to where the dirt comes and the anger comes in. What's the difference in relationships of how women and girls deal with their relationship? Have you changed in relationship wise, opposed to how you used to handle something? You like, damn, I really matured into a woman on this, because back in the day, I would have handled this a whole nother way. Y'all got any situations where, or any stories yesterday, 20 years ago, where you handle something a little girlish and you handle something a little womanish?
I say yesterday. I'm a woman today.
That's
Sorry,
right.
you want to go first, or you want me to creep in because I got a story.
I got them too, but you go ahead so I know how deep to go back.
All right. So I would say yes, because when I was younger, right, as like even how can I say, a young adult, right, going into adulthood, when I was dating or in relationships, I used to nag all the time, like, where are you going? Just nag, what you doing? And I used to kind of call like 50, 60 times in a row, then get upset, show up places, just do.
Oh, you was the show upper?
I was a pop-up, right? I was a pop-up. Listen, I'm popping up like, where you at? What you doing? Right? So I was one of those. And I would say it did not work in my favor because I was annoying. And the things that I did, it took away from the beautiful person I was at my core. And for me, guys don't like when women are just like antagonizing them, always after them. You got to give guys some space. So I definitely drove relationships in the ground by doing childish girl things, using guys. When I say I use them, like it could be, oh, I want some new sneakers, whatever. I'm not afraid to admit I was a DOG. You know what I mean? When I was a young adult. But the mature me was like, you got to care and be considerate about people's feelings. You don't want karma come back and bite you in your ASS. You just want to attract, you want to put out what you want to attract. So I would say once I start running into pieces of sugar, honey, iced tea type of men, I had to evaluate and say, listen, that's because I'm a piece of sugar, honey, iced tea. So I had to do a swivel. And just say, my life has to be different. I have to be serious. I can't play with people's emotions. I just can't ghost people off the bat. Just kind of doing what I wanted. And listen, I attracted the love of my life. You know what I'm saying?
I hate stories that turned out good.
I think for me, back in college, even slightly now, like I was a hothead.
No.
I know, true. Right? They made me do it, so they made me do it. But like I was a hothead. Even like to this day at 36, I am more mindful, not as much as I should be, but I am I am more mindful of like the pettiness in me. I still have it in me, but I try to conceal it because I don't want to go there with someone that I'm dating or was involved with. Like, for what? If I have to be like that, I just don't need you in my space. If you bring that out of me,
you like talking about their mama and stuff. You look like one of the people that hit below the belt. You start talking about like the dude
your
that
mama,
eats your
your
ass,
grandma,
like
your dog, your baby. Anybody could get it if needed.
Are you one of them people like the dude can eat your last snack and you be like, nigga, that's why your dick little? You just go to the. Oh, okay.
That's not for eating my last snack, but I will go
girl move. Yeah, that's a girl move for if she said something like that. She's a woman. She wouldn't say anything like that.
That's why I'm asking. Was she one of them before? And then she told a nigga about his dick before. She got that face.
I mean, haven't we all?
I haven't. No, we haven't all.
No.
No. Well, I have.
You want to tell the people?
Okay, so when you did, were you a girl or a woman? What phase were you in?
I was a girl.
Okay.
But when you push, then I explode.
You sound like you still explode. You just ain't been in that opportunity. All right, have you changed your ways?
I have. You
don't look changed.
I just counseled me.
She's gotten better, but I do get like what she's saying, because a lot of women feel like, hey, if you push them to a certain edge, they should be able to react a certain way. So what I advise women and men, especially men, because physical and all that, all the above, I say sometimes you got to put yourself out of position. So if this person is pushing me, guess what I'm gonna do? Now I'm gonna situate myself and kind of move away from them and not put them in the position where they could push me. You know what I mean? So I kind of look at somebody's maturity level. It's kind of like you give a kid a knife and you upset that he's stabbing everything. Like, nah, I'm gonna take the knife away from the kid. So it's the same thing. If I'm dealing with a young lady and she moves crazy, well, you're not gonna have a level of access to me. So no matter if you're moving crazy, you're just moving crazy for yourself.
But is that a man thing, right? Like, because some boys I know like crazy. They attract to crazy.
I say I like crazy, but I look at it like this. Like I feel like if you're a full functional person, like you're gonna have limits where it's like there's certain things that you should go crazy about. I'll go crazy for my family. Simple as that. Like I could care less what anybody feel, how they think. Like I'll go crazy for my family. I know that, but I'm not gonna put myself in a situation where I gotta go crazy for my family. You know what I mean? But if it comes up, then so be it. So I say I don't mind crazy, but they gotta be like a respect level. They gotta be a maturity level. You know what I mean? Because there's something somebody will go crazy about. I'm like, yeah, who wouldn't go crazy? But why did you put yourself in that position in the first place?
Yeah.
I don't like crazy because I'm crazy.
You look like you like crazy show.
Right.
It seems that you know what it is. Yeah. I come off as toxic, right?
You do.
But,
you do.
I want to be. I need to be as toxic as we come. Like I need a subdued woman because I don't know really my limits. And when I go crazy, I'm crazy, and I don't want your actions to lead me somewhere I don't need to be. So I need you to be a regular functioning human being so I can be my best self.
See, that's
and I don't like arguing. I'm tired of arguing with people. Like I don't like childish arguing. I got shit going on.
I like going places I've never been before. So I'm like, yeah, let's see how far. Like if she's functional and she could go down, I'm like, yeah, let's see where we end up. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah,
I know where we're gonna end up.
We crazy
but that's
enough
the boy in you,
there,
Ike.
Yeah,
that's the boy in you bringing out the girl in a girl.
Listen, I say you gotta enjoy. Look, I say you gotta enjoy life a little. When you go to a certain level with the right person, oh yeah, it's fun.
Sex wise, but in real life,
is it a game?
It's fun. No, it's like controlled crazy. Like this certain level is like, yeah, I know she ain't gonna do this or this, but I know she might. Let's see what happens. You know what I mean?
Like you like it when a woman put her hands on you, don't you?
Oh nah. I do not promote violence. No.
Well, don't say crazy because that's where it goes. That's what crazy women do.
Nah, I mean, I'm trying to think.
You like it when they key your car?
I said a woman put their hands on you. It's only a girl that's gonna put their hands on a man. So I kind of retract that.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, like that's what I deal with a crazy woman, not a crazy girl. I like my woman crazy. So yeah.
Okay, give us an example of your level of crazy.
She got something to lose. Like she got something to lose, so she ain't gonna do too much. You know what I mean? But she gonna show me a little bit of passion.
No, that's what I wanted to say. He don't want. Maybe he do because he look a little crazy. Men don't want crazy women. But y'all think that men like crazy women? Only reason why men like that a little bit is because we need to know you care for us to care about you. And women with no emotion is men. So it's like if you acting like us, we don't think you really fuck with us. That's why men say they like crazy. It's really because the passion behind a woman that's really into you, that girl is yours. If a girl's real nonchalant and don't act like they don't give a fuck or they don't care, like if I don't call you and I'm out cheating, right? I appreciate that because I can get my cheat on. But after I'm done cheating, I'll be like, damn, this bitch ain't calling me. Like, damn,
so you mad at her?
Like, you start thinking like, what the hell is she doing?
I want her a little bit like, damn, like I don't want to lose this nigga. Like I want just a little bit of something. Like I know the type of man I am, and I know the type of work I put in. So if a woman is in my life, I want it to be a little bit of some type of pressure where she hey, my value and vice versa, of course. You know what I mean? So just a level of crazy, but it's more like seriousness. You know what I mean?
I want that respect when he walk out the door. He want to know that his woman think he hot shit. So she'll be like, "Why you ain't call back?" Yeah, because I could be out here.
I know she knows.
I can show what's the craziest thing a girl has done to you.
Woo! I fucked up.
Crazy
Golly, but me.
I
can tell a few stories, but which one, like a physical, or we can go like excessive shit, like breaking into all my stuff and Like
See,
changing my
my
Netflix
women
password.
respect me. They ain't doing none of that.
Like nothing's in my Netflix password. Changing my iTunes passwords. Plugging my old phones from 10 years ago into the computer to see if what kind of pictures and videos pop up.
Wouldn't disrespect me like that.
One time a woman walked in the bathroom with me.
Hold on, don't say woman because Starr said a key thing. She said, "What type of crazy stuff has a girl?"
A girl.
One time, she said, "Woman, leave us out of it. Leave us out of it."
One time, a girl walked me into the bathroom. I worked a long shift. I worked like 15 hours, and it was like -20 outside. So I gets in the house. I'm thinking they're happy to see me. They walk in the bathroom with me. I got my phone. They talking to me. You know, back then you could set your phone for it don't lock up for like every 10 minutes without being touched. So I sat the phone down on the counter. I got in the shower, got a little wet. Girl grabbed my phone mid-convo, ran out the house, got in the car, pulled the fuck off. I've been out working 16 hours, got in at 5 in the morning, took my phone for 3 hours. I couldn't chase her because it was -20 and I was wet. I'd have died. So she knew that, and she planned it, and she took my phone and ran out, went through my stuff. So I had a lot of stuff go on.
Did she find anything?
No, I've never got caught cheating in them before. Like,
you delete it.
I don't listen. I never got caught cheating. That's just what it is. And if you don't get caught, you didn't do it. It never happened. She was losing her mind for no reason. I was a good guy.
She was a girl, right? How old was she? She was young?
No, she's my age. She's in her 30s.
Oh my gosh, she didn't grow up yet.
No,
she like that.
She couldn't stop it either. It's like she would promise she wouldn't do it again, and it just would not happen. Leroy remember all this. He just chimed in and said Show had to hide his phone when he went to bed, and I did. I used to sleep on it with my pillow. Or I would talk and I would run in the room because she was short, and I throw it on top of the cabinet or some shit, like somewhere she couldn't reach, or I put it up high in the closet, or hide it under the. I changed my passwords 2 times a day because she would follow my fingers. And it wasn't like I was trying to hide nothing. It just felt like if you're trying to break in, if you're trying to see something, I feel like I need to be trying to, like, if somebody's trying to break in your house, you need to lock it up. So I felt like it was just a natural reaction, like, oh, you're trying to break in, I'm trying to keep you out. So everything you do, I block it.
And how long did you go on with this type of behavior?
6 years.
Oh no. So she's gonna keep doing it because you allowed it.
I didn't allow it. It just wouldn't stop.
You let her do it.
Look, he enjoyed the process.
No, I had a kid. I had a kid. I didn't want a broken home.
So,
you know what? Your kid mother could be watching this right now.
That's why I'm not talking about her. I got 12 kids, not just the 2 I got. I got a secret baby. If you think I'm talking about you, I'm not.
So I was gonna say for me, I don't know. Nah, I've never dealt with like immature women at that level. Like usually, if women start moving a certain way, I'm good to be like, yeah, I'm good over here. You know what I mean? So I don't really entertain the bullshit.
Women had to do something crazy. If you was piping these women down in college, somebody did something, because I got all kinds of stories.
All my women were good to me because I was building them up. You know what I mean? So I know people say that. I'm like, nah, my woman been good to me.
He swear he been
good relationships. Our relationship serviced each other. So I'm like, you could have a positive relationship with a girl or a woman and whatever you're navigating through. So I've always had a good relationship with women I dealt with. And like I said, if I'm engaging with a woman and she's doing too much, I definitely express myself. And I'm like, yeah, that's not tolerated over here. I don't know what you did with other niggas, but you need to go back over there. And I'm good. So I'm very good on being like, yeah, I'm good on it.
Me too. I'm always friendly with all women too. I never like have bad fallouts with women.
Yeah.
But what about girls? What y'all have with girls?
Like, I
don't girls, you're a boy if you entertain girls on a woman level. You know, part of being a man is knowing what girls is meant to be in a girl lane. Like, you bump into a girl, you fuck them. You tell them your name Ike because you know it's not going to happen. I'm Ike tonight. If you entertain them past that and you doing phone conversations and you putting them in positions where they can ruin your life, like, you can talk to a girl, right? And you know she's messy. So the man thing to do is actually not to mess with her at all. But if you must hit this ass this time, you should leave as much details about yourself out as possible. And you learn this stuff over time. Like, we just keep it on a note, like, hey, what you doing today? Oh, we having fun at this party. Don't talk about your life. She don't need to know nothing about you, where you live, who you are friends with, nothing that she can get in contact, no Facebook connection. You leave it where it's at because you know this will come back to haunt you. You don't want no more contact with this person than you have to have.
Yeah.
When did you guys learn this skill, as a man or as a boy? Because this is a skill.
As a,
You watch your other friends
as a
suffer.
man
Manipulating.
surviving these streets with you ladies or
Yeah.
young girls, yeah, like
You
because I
watch other
remember,
men suffer.
yeah, I remember stuff where
You
like
learn what
guys
not to
would do,
do or what to do.
guys were like, I want to say like guys would bring girls home to like their home and stuff, and I'm just like, now like if you don't really know shorty, you bring it into your personal space, that's just so much exposure. If I don't know you, I'm not trying to bring you over to my crib. You know what I mean? So there's just certain things you do before you actually get to know somebody that a lot of people don't do, but to each their own. Like whatever works for you, that just works for me.
I don't know, man. Y'all be changing
Levels,
my perspective a little bit on men. I'm like,
level, yeah. This you dealing with a grown man over here.
If you dealing with a guy, he doing certain stuff, you'll know how he really think about you by certain access he gives, certain things he'll do. And you know, women to think like, okay, it's like if a guy won't kiss you, right? He don't really find you attractive. He don't look at you like that kind of chick. You know what I'm saying? He might like fucking you, but he just won't kiss you. You can't cuddle with him.
No, but let me say this. See, like that rule work when you deal with like real niggas, I guess. But if you deal like there's boys out here, they're doing all that, and then so a woman can't clock it. But you got to know first of all, you got to assess who you're dealing with. Are you dealing with a boy? You're dealing with a man. If you're dealing with a man, the actions is going to let you know what type of man you're dealing with. Oh, what he's affording you. You know what I mean? But if you're dealing with a boy could treat you like you his wife, and at the end of the day, like you ain't shit to him.
but how do we know the difference?
Because
like no, so when you're around a male, right, and based on how he conducts himself, you're gonna know if he's a man or a boy. You can't depend on this nigga, but you think he a man? Like he's not dependable in any way, shape, or form. Don't show up to nothing on time. Don't do nothing. Wouldn't throw out your trash. Like doesn't do basic dependable. Like you're a human male and you can afford this to me. It's not even about money. I tell people like there's certain things a man could do for you just because he got 2 arms and 2 legs. So if you can't even depend on him on the basic level, how you think he a man?
Well, yeah, and like you said, it's 2 flip sides. It's the dude who won't do certain stuff unless it's a certain kind of woman, right? And then it's the guy who do the same shit for every woman. And that's how you'll know too, because you like, whoa, you did like even us men, we do that. We be like, you took that girl out to eat. It's like rules to manhood. Like if a man found out you took a certain kind of woman out to eat, we clown you when we all together. You like you took that girl on a date. It's a big deal. He played football. You know, you go in the locker room and it's dudes that was smashing. But
you took everybody girl out.
And then you took that girl to eat. Wait, she spent the whole night at your house. It's like different rules and stuff. Like, oh, she come to your house 3-4 times. That's your chick. That's how we clown. Like, oh, you spent time with that girl. Oh, you like that dude spent time with her. Like it's like a thing. We get around each other and talk about that. Like you can't be treating certain women certain ways. And as a woman, if you see a dude who does that with all his girls, like you see him out eating with a girl, and the next day you see him out eating with another girl, then he got a girl at his house for 2 nights. The next time he got a girl, real niggas don't be having women hang around them on a day-to-day basis. You can't really tie one woman to a certain kind of man. Like I know I might know if you look at the dudes who really like get women like that in college or the dude like respect the dudes, there's not one girl you could be like, that's his girl. He just had women come through. But you know, a lot of guys play house with every girl they have sex with. Like they want to love them. Everybody's over there to the point where somebody has sex with that girl and they be like, oh, I did it to his girl. He'd be like, that ain't my girl. But niggas be like, nah, that's your girl, nigga.
Yeah, she's your girl to us. Like,
yeah. No matter what you say, that's your girl.
Yeah, I mean that's you know what, like when you mentioned that is true for the most part. Like again, like there's some guys like how they engage with girls is so open. Like for me, like don't get me wrong, like I'm how I am with women, like I engage pretty openly with women, but like there's definitely levels. You know what I mean? Like the women that I consider friends, there's access they have to me that a woman that I just met won't have access. You know what I mean? And that there's a woman that I'm actually pursuing and trying to form a relationship with, and there's levels of access she has to me that other women that I've engaged with on certain levels don't have access to me. You know what I mean? So as much as I say I always afford women around me, like a certain level of love, right? So I always afford them a certain level of love, but there's just access to me that you're not going to get based on who you are in my life. And that's just standard.
But what would y'all say to the boys that's trying to grow up and be a man too fast and they not emotionally ready or mentally ready for that?
I think you gotta be true to yourself, man. You gotta be true. You gotta be true to yourself. Like some dudes are a certain way, right? Mm-hmm. I think when you look like a boy is when you go out of your character trying to do something that's I wouldn't look right trying to be like Ike. It'll look fucking stupid. I wouldn't look right trying to move like Leroy move. Like, and
Yo.
people notice that. Like, and that's when I know that's how y'all judge people. You see a guy acting a little something that don't fit him, and you'll be like, yo, he lame or he corny, or like you could tell he ain't really got it like that, but he flossing, he flashing shit, money, and this and that. Like, you corny. You know, it look corny on you when you do that. And I think most men just gotta master themselves. Like, your thing might not be, you might not be the money man, you might not be the sexy guy, you might not be the funny dude. You got to find what's attractive about you. Like, what's the thing that taps into you that gives you confidence? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what kind of mastering yourself is what changes a boy from a man. Because when you know yourself, you don't got to act out of character. When you don't know yourself, you trying new shit out all the time, and it makes you look childish. One minute you're a player, you're getting rid of girls that's actually good. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know who to treat like what. It's a good girl and you treating her like shit. Yeah. Even like, I don't like when men, this is another thing boys do too. Like, let's say a girl is promiscuous, right? Let's not call her a hoe or nothing like that, right? And how, for real, because some girls are really cool. I don't want to call them a hoe. They just have sex with. So it's like, I don't like when it's a nice woman who's a really nice person. So what if she has sex in life? But she's a nice person. Like, she'll clean up for you. She cook. She's sweet. She not messy. And men be sleeping with her, and one dude get her and start treating her like shit though. Like, get the fuck away. Go clean it. Like, cursing at them and treating them like that. I don't like that. You a boy. Like, because it's like, yo, why you doing that to her? She cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even like in college, I'm sure I've been in a situation, or maybe he hasn't, but I'm probably so, or heard about one where like dudes are running a train on a girl or something, and one dude's being an asshole to her, and it's like, bro, that's how you get a rape case. Like, stop being corny, bro. Like, don't do too fucking much. Like, yeah, bitch, and just talking to him like in a not a sexy bitch, just like trying to show off for your friends type thing. Like, bro.
Yeah, like, nah, I know what you mean with, like, I think it's one of those trying to show up for other niggas. And it's like,
yeah, I hate that.
You conducting yourself in the way for attention. And it's like, nah, like, when you grown, you just know how to move. And that's the one thing I'll say. As I've gotten older, I've gotten more finite in my conduct. So what I would have tolerated at 21, I'm not tolerating now. So even though women talk funny, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm good. And it's not even just like, I'm talking about male and female engagement, but even male and male engagement, where if I have certain male friends in my space and they move a certain way, well, look, we no longer friends. Like, it's no big deal. And I don't look at people like, I don't look at you like you're a bad person if I don't fuck with you. I just don't fuck with you because you're not for me. You know what I mean? So there's women that I walk away from, and I'm like, oh, she probably great for somebody else. She's just not for me. You know what I mean? So that's what a lot of people gotta realize with some of these like stepping away from certain people. There could be a good like I've been around women that are, oh, I'm like, wow, she's a terrific person, right? But the type of relationship dynamic we have does not work for me. And I wish her nothing but the best, and I keep it moving. It speaks nothing poorly about her. It just says, hey, we ain't gonna mesh.
You know your compatibility levels. Let me ask the women, what's like a thing that y'all encountered with men that you think is like one of the major like boy issues, like where you see and you be like, he's a boy. Like, what turns y'all off? What do y'all expect from a man?
Do y'all even recognize this?
I'll let Starr go first.
I have a friend who's an older man. He's gonna be 50, and like, I hold him like way up here. Like, his word is bond. He's not a liar. I believe everything that he says. He's respectful. If he curses around me, he always apologizes. And I'm like, D, it's cool. Like, you're going to hear me curse. But he's just like this amazing man that, like, to me, he sets the bar for a man. Like, when I see other men, like, I'm going to hold them to his level because he's like so dope. But I think nowadays, like, a lot of guys lie. They don't keep it real. So to me, that's like a big turnoff. Like, you're not even mentally mature. Like, you're a liar, you're a flosser. Like, that stuff to me is a turn off.
I can respect that.
Harry.
I mean, like Starr said, you know, when a man portrays something that he's not, it's a huge turnoff for a woman. And then for me, it's more so that consistency piece that kind of puts the wedge between a man and a boy. A man is going to at least try to remain consistent, and if he can't, he's going to communicate why he can't remain consistent or what's in the way, what's bothering him. He's okay because he's tapped into his emotions. A boy, on the other hand is going to try to mask the inconsistency and then still try to play their games and try to play mind games with a woman. So it's it's some kind of characteristics and traits that you just find in men and in boys. And to me, when a boy is trying to transition from that boy to that man, sometimes he may find himself confused, but a woman could sense the passion, she could sense the understanding, she could see the growth, stuff like that. And it'll be easier for him to say, hey, listen, I'm going through it, I'm changing, whatever. But that's what changes him into a man. But if he's a boy, he's going to try to dog her out, be trying to say, hey, baby, what's up? I love you, blah, blah, blah. But then he going to get on the phone with Becky Sue in the bathroom and little stuff like that, in the same house as a woman, disrespects the woman. When a man is a man, he's going to do his dirt, but he ain't going to disrespect the woman around her. He may take it outside, but a boy will be in the next room like, hey, what's up? Little things like that kind of distinguish the difference between a boy and a man. And I think for women, when we're in that girl stage, sometimes we're so desperate that we don't see the red flags when it comes to a boy, and we want this boy to be a man, and we lose who we are. And then when that man comes in their life, it's just like, oh, I don't even know what a man is, because you forgot what you liked and how you wanted to feel. And now you're putting up with this boy. Now you've been in this relationship for 6 years. Now you in your 30s, you was in your 20s then, and you looking at your life like, oh, I got to attract the right type. So I think for people individually, you just got to find out who you like, what you like, and how it is. And I like how Starr said there's a guy that's in his 50s that she respects. And you know why? It's because back then people had morals, they had values, they cared for people genuinely. People now are very selfish. They're all about themselves. They don't care if they're the man or the woman. They just trying to see self-gain. So sometimes it's hard to kind of distinguish between a man, a woman, a girl, a boy, because people are they're always trying to figure themselves out. Back then, like in the 50s, the 50-year-old, like in his time frame, people had less time to be on social media pretending to be somebody that they're not. They had to pour into themselves. So that type or that generation is more solid than our generation, right? Because we got all of this stuff around us and we trying to be somebody we totally not. And we're steady chasing. While that generation, they were chasing, but at one point in time, they said, listen, it's okay, I'm getting older. Let me be mature enough to be older. Us, we got people 40, 50 right now that don't even think they're 40 or 50. They think they're 20, 30.
So you know what, though? As far, and to add on to what you were saying about the social media era, right? You got too much access to shit now. You know what I'm saying? Like before, you had to walk out your house. And when you go to the store, from the time you go to the store and back, you have to be that nigga to bump into a girl. You might not go and bump, you're not going to really bump into a woman just walking back and forth like that. Like you ain't that fine and you ain't that cool. In 15 minutes, you're probably not going to meet a bad girl and get her number. But now you can build that reputation with her over time through Facebook, through Instagram. She can see you, like if Ike was walking down the street and he bumped into this beautiful woman, right? He might just see her once and say, damn, she bad. And he probably be like, man, if I see her again, I'm going to holler at her. I might not got the right clothes on this time. I might not be feeling good. I ain't got my hair cut, whatever. On social media, you can be like, she bad in 2018. And you can just keep tapping at her and tapping at her and tapping at her until 2022. And then one day she'll be like, hey, you want to go out? But in real life, you only had that one opportunity and it never comes. But on social media, she can think you ugly today. She can think you a bum. And then one day you put the right outfit on. One day you buy a new car. You got so many chances to get in front of the girl you like's face that you can change somebody's whole mind. And now you got more women than you ever had because everybody's looking at everything you did. Whereas opposed, like you go to the club and somebody see you one night, you may not like your outfit that night and it's over. It ain't going to work. That's all they know of you. They ain't going to talk to you back. They ain't going to get to know you might have a bad hairdo. But in time, like with social media, and that you can win somebody over, or you can just turn the girl down and start flirting with another one. You can talk to 20 women in one day. You never go outside and just walk and talk to 20 women in one day.
Dudes be copy and pasting the same comment.
Yeah, and all you need is one person. All you need is one to talk to you back.
One good line. Hey,
one to talk to you back. In real life, you can't take 19 left on reds. A left on red is that's just a social media thing.
Right.
But imagine walking up to 19 women and they don't respond to you. You can't take that much rejection in real life.
But don't you guys do that when you go to a club? Don't you approach girl after girl after girl after girl after girl?
Well, no, you're a fool. You're a fool if you do that.
I only approach women that I'm somewhat interested in, and that's like
at the club.
At the club, yeah. Like
No.
if I find you attractive, again, if I go to a club, if I'm in the club, like I'm trying to give like a number. Like usually if I go to a club, there's like 1, 2, maybe 3 girls that I'm actually attracted to. And then if you know how you move, and you know, if I go holler at this girl and these girls see me,
Yep.
I'm
It's
here.
over.
Yeah, it's over. So look, I remember there's a story I had when I was in Miami. I was in Miami with my boys. We were out there for a week. I was acting a fool. I remember I was at this one club, turned all the way up, doing too much. And I seen the love of my life. And I'm like, damn, I was doing too much tonight. I know it's over with. Like, I don't even got a shot. I've been doing too much all night.
That's the white girl in the club rule too. Like you sitting there, you see this black woman, you've been staring at this fine, good-looking woman, and then this white girl come dance on. You got to kind of turn away. You can't let them think that you dancing with that woman because they'll be like, "Oh, you like white girl." It's that kind of thing. You got to watch what you do. But to Starr's point though, in the club, hell no, I never been a guy who go girl left the girl up the girl because I got a high percentage because I only go after women that I know gave me a vibe. Like I got a rule. Like if I seen a good looking girl walking down the street, I'm not going to walk up to her and say, "Hey, how you doing? Can I get your number?" Because she might be don't want to be bothered. It just look like I'm thirsty. I lost my leverage. She already know I'm too interested. But if we were both walking in a building together and she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I tried to get through," and then we could start some kind of conversation that leads to me asking for her number, I'll do that. And I got a higher percentage with that.
I was gonna say, if I want it bad enough, I'm gonna create that opportunity.
No, we do that. Like if a girl go to the bar, you'll walk over to the bar where she's at, and then you might say something like, "Hey, what you drinking?" But the opportunity of y'all being both at the bar started another conversation. But I just won't walk to you in the middle of the dance floor and be like, "Hey, what you drinking?" Something like that. I got to make it look like we was both going to the same destination, or it's some reason why we're speaking. Or you give somebody the eye from a distance, like just playing around, a little flirtatious looking. If they look back at you and start laughing. If they say anything or give you any crack, then you walk up in there. You know how I go. You just gotta give you a little vibe. They laugh or joke. It's on.
Y'all too strategic, man. Y'all
gotta be
your
that, man.
head.
You thought love just happens? Oh, you gotta work hard for it.
No, but for a man to portray that y'all are so simple, y'all make it sound like it's a strategy with everything that you do.
It is.
So I don't like that y'all keep portraying that y'all simple. You're not.
When you with a woman, when you find a man, he probably tricked you into being with him. Honestly.
Like
I've been tricked.
Well, like you might think that y'all naturally met. Like you might think you naturally met your man, or it just grew in time. He was doing strategic shit.
If a man wants to do that with you, there's a level of pursuit that he puts in where
even if it looks like he's not doing it.
Like, yeah, I remember girls being on some like, "Oh, this guy didn't take me out to dinner," or like complain about dinner, and I'm like, well, he ain't even really pursue you. Like, he don't even know what you like to eat, so why would he take you out to dinner? Like, it didn't make sense. Yeah, I didn't have any real conversation for him to take you out on an appropriate date, because that's what I see now. Like a lot of young people, they complain about dates, and I'm like, some dude swipe right on you on social media on whatever platform, and then you guys went out on the date, and you thinking like he care about you. He don't care about you. He doesn't even know about you. He took you on a generic date. A guy that actually cares about you is pursuing you. So he already assessed you well enough to be like, oh, I know she's gonna like this. So he already put the date together for you. So that's a different level of comp where, like you said, men do that.
But it's a vibe though. It's like
GD.
Men do that, but only like me, I'll do what he said, right? But only if I think that's really what it takes to get that girl. It's not like that for every girl. I'm gonna do what I got. I'm a chameleon. If I bump into fucking Beyonce, she's not gonna swipe right on me and come to my hotel room. So I gotta do different shit. If I swipe right on the girl that's gonna come straight to the hotel room, then I'm gonna try to get straight to the hotel room. So it's not even like I'm judging you. It's just that different girls portray different stuff. They've been through too much. They did this, so you gotta play their game a little bit, but they gotta be.
I respect that because you're gonna look crazy putting this type of effort in the girl that's not even at that level. And when she's not at that level, how she's gonna receive you is gonna be so off.
Yeah, even if she is at that level, like if I don't want to do nothing, if I don't want nothing that serious with her, it's too much for me. It's out of my range. I'm not doing all that for a girl that I'm just hoping come to my room tonight.
But with that said, if she see that action, then and she grown, she gonna be like, oh, that's not for me. So it worked. But if she want that action, like this, there's a woman that she want to be wine and dined, right? But if she want that action, she willing to settle for whatever you offer.
Yeah, but it's the more a girl. That's why I like women who's interested back in me. If you're trying to make somebody interested in you, you got to do too much. You got to show up with a 3-piece suit roses. You're trying to change somebody's complete mind. If a girl already halfway fucking with you, you don't have to do as much. You only got to do all that if the girl's not fucking with you.
I'll do it. I'll do it if I'm interested in the woman, right? I don't know what her interest level is, but clearly there's something there. I'll do it just as a like I like the art of it. So I'll do it because I enjoy pursuing the woman and kind of
the hunt and watching the reaction and
He's the
seeing where it
hunter,
goes.
baby. He's the hunter.
Yeah,
Well, he is,
hunting
but
last
also,
week,
I
actually.
don't know if this ever happened to you though. You ever done that for a woman who didn't want all that and they think you're a fucking cornball?
No, but that's what I said. You got to assess them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you do that for the wrong woman, they like this nigga's extra. Like nigga, I'm trying to
Yeah.
fuck.
But it's because she's
I'm
not
trying to
into
fuck.
you.
I'm trying to go to the room. Nobody got time.
I'm a assessor, and as soon as I see what she about, it's like that's either out the window or it might be one of those. Oh well, I'm not interested, so I'm good, whatever. But if I'm interested, I'm like, okay, well, that's out the window. We just gonna do this because this clearly is where we at.
Okay, what if you had like a 3-part date? Like you had this whole thing you do, this whole like I take my girl here, I take her home, I cook for her, and you at the place where you doing the drinks and the girl rubbing your leg and she's letting you know like I'm trying to fuck, and you keep doing all this shit and she like nigga, let's up. Like
I gotta do my part then. I gotta show up. Yeah, so it's like, hey, we just gonna transition appropriately.
Yeah, because it be like that. Like sometimes you trying to do some shit, you don't want to do it.
I wasn't here for the movie, so yeah, if it's 20 minutes in, then yeah, movie over with.
My
So,
friend,
I
he just
can't
told
take
me
it no
that
more.
he texted me and he told me I can show that your interactions with women seem inauthentic.
Who said that?
Who?
One of my friends just texted me that. A male, a grown man.
So what makes him? Well, he had to elaborate. What makes him think that my interaction with women is inauthentic?
I know what he's saying from your perspective. And it's not because that's who you are. So it's real on your end, but he thinks you have a pre-planned attack.
Yeah, like I'm
like very selfish.
Like, he gotta be persuasive because I could dismiss anybody's kind of way they're coming, but I'm like,
I'm trying to see what he's saying, but I think for him
why,
to
if
say
you're there, tap into the comments and explain.
Yeah. I think he feel like if you like to date women, right? And you like to come with your pursuit.
Nah, I don't date.
No, I'm talking about what you said. You just said
no.
You just said.
I know. Listen, I'm being real with you. Like I know what I like, and that's why I said you got to get to understand who I am, right? So I don't really date women. Like I like to get to know women, right? So I know people might say that
you have to date to get to know.
Let me explain. Again, let me explain.
So this nigga real intellectual. You gotta let him break it down.
When people start talking about dating, there's a level of possession there, right? There's a level of commitment. I don't care if I spend a time with a young woman tonight and she go on a quote unquote date. You know what I mean? Like usually when I take a woman, I'm doing it for myself. So I don't really care like what her mindset is, where she's at. It's kind of more for me, if that makes sense. So I tell people I don't date. I engage with women to get to know them. And then as we're engaging, however it develops for the best of interest of both of us, so be it. But
no, I'm talking about you talking about your courting thing. You said you like to get a woman. Yeah. A man never took you on a real date. You like to learn what kind of woman they is and then do the kind of date that. And I think the dude was saying your interaction was inauthentic because you got a whole pre-planned attack already made that you have set to do to get women. Like I bump into a woman and it's not even really.
I'll say it like this. The woman that I engage with inspires me, right? So I've never done something with a woman that she didn't inspire out of me. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like I even say this, like I remember we was talking last week and we was talking about what's like it wasn't this group, it was something on another app where they were talking about, hit somebody with a pickup line. And I'm like, I don't have a generic pickup line. I bump into a woman, she inspires me. All of a sudden, like I got this line for her. You know what I mean? So when I talk about how you can say you could shoot in girls' DMs, I've never really been on some like I have one thing that I'm shooting in girls' DMs because whatever woman I interact with, she's gonna inspire a line out of me. So I'm like, my lines are predicated for whoever I'm engaging with. So that's why I'm like, nah, it's not inauthentic because that engagement is really derived by my inspiration from that woman. If that makes sense.
So are you checking the comments in case somebody did?
You said what?
Are you checking your comments just in case if Kawhi is explaining?
I read Lee's comment like,
I read Lee's too.
You stay in college.
Can you guys read Lee's comment?
Y'all want to go through the comments and catch up?
Yeah, he was like, I had a girl keep my car, break my windshield, tried to hit me. Oh, no, it changed up now.
No, I remember that girl. That's the one I made him quit in college. She coincidentally called rape on him too one day. That's a whole nother story.
But see, there were signs of crazy, and you let it build and build and build. So
I
that's why
totally
you being
leave
with
that
that girl
woman.
for 6 years, you allow her to act crazy
Right.
with you.
So what does
Yeah.
that say about you, though?
He was a boy.
No, this is one of his most first serious relationships.
You know what, Starr?
He,
Give me some
you like
virtual
that.
fist pump, girl.
You
Boop,
like
boop.
this.
Lee wasn't no boy. He was a man.
I'm talking about you.
Treating a girl like a woman.
Yeah,
She's
and
talking
that's
about you.
Oh, me?
Both of y'all
What about
Both of
me?
you.
both
in
of
the
us.
same house.
Who was in the same house? Me and Lee? Were we about to fight over that chicken grease?
Yo, I fried plantains yesterday, and I was gonna pour it down the toilet and send y'all a video.
Lee tried to fight me over some chicken grease. He was mad though because I was on the phone with this girl for 20 hours and I wasn't playing a video game with him and stuff. He was lonely, I think. He took it out on me over some chicken grease. He said, Starr, what crazy shit has a boy did to you? He must know something personal that he's trying to see if you got the heart to tell. Because he just called you out. There's 4 people on here.
Right.
But remember, he said boy.
So
Try to talk to my friends, sleep with my friends, follow me to an ATM, put hands on me,
Golly.
lie, cheat. You know, typical boy stuff.
Typical fuck nigga shit.
Yeah.
Oh, so he really ain't do nothing wrong at all. Sound like a good man. Next question. See what he has to say. Bro, I just seen a TikTok on that LOL. Nah, you can't take her out. Yeah, he's referring to when I was like, men know you can't take certain women out. If you take them out, you got to hear it from the fellas. You got to sneak take them out.
Nah, I don't do that. Like,
Miss Gray, was good to see you all the time.
Hey,
Showing
Miss
proof
Gray.
point of view. Showing Ike saying something, given.
What happened here? Oh.
Where'd she go, Starr?
Weak as hell.
That nigga called her and said, I said they inauthentic. Get off the pod with them niggas. I look like Ike looking at you kind of funny.
I'm like, you gotta get something specific.
Ike, that man called you inauthentic. I don't like that.
Like that's what I said. I mean, with stuff like this, you only get a glimpse of somebody, but if you actually know somebody, you're gonna be like, because like the one thing about me is Ike is always gonna be Ike. Like that's so you might feel it's unauthentic, but I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna be me.
I just wanted to throw that in there just to make you feel funny.
Starr, welcome back.
Oh my
I told
God,
you these niggas keep calling me and keep throwing off my phone.
Listen, tell them to stop calling you like that. How many times they called you? Because that kind of
You know the difference between a boy and a man. A boy see the woman on the thing glowing, see people asking you questions, and they gotta blow that phone up. Like, hold on, you talking to me?
Right. What you blow my phone up for? You know I'm on live.
See me all made up.
Right.
What you say? Read that Miss Gray comment, Patty.
Too many times you see a scenario where people ignore all the red flags, truth, and won't take what a person tells you about them through their actions. True.
Listen, I'll even say this because I'm a pretty transparent guy. So I've been transparent with women. Hey, this is what it is. And even in telling the truth, because like I said, I'm a loving individual, right? So I'm like, if you're around me, I'm going to treat you with a certain level of care, naturally.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to tell you, this does not mean nothing else. I'm just treating you standardly. Like, I'm just not going to treat you like shit. You know what I mean? But in that transition, like some girls get caught up in that. And I have to be like, hey, no, this is what it is. And regardless, like that's why I said, like some people, as much as you can be honest and transparent, like where women say, oh, I want honesty and transparent, I don't think a lot of women are receptive to that as well. So
I don't think we're not ready for it because we're emotional beings. So when a man is being honest and transparent, sometimes we automatically in our mind have our outlook and where we want to put the man or where we kind of are automatically prejudged based upon how you're perceivingly treating us. So I think for women, we can't get it in our minds because we want to feel loved. We want to feel protected. We want to be provided for. So when you guys send us this false narrative of that person, it's hard for us to turn the switch off.
Let me say this, but then don't you think that puts you in a position where if a man is just sleeping with you, then he feels obligated to just treat you like shit? Because he's like, well, if I treat you any better than shit, now I got to deal with all this. Because that's what I've dealt with. I treat women well, right? So now I'm like, I choose not to engage with women that can't handle the difference, right?
Yeah.
So if I treat a woman well and I'm like, I know she can't handle the difference, we're not really gonna have that type of engagement. But if you can handle the love, like the difference, then I'm like, cool, I could keep you in my space. But like I said, when I was in college, I dealt with I'm treating a girl well, I'm being transparent, communicating, doing everything they say they want. And then you deal with the like, damn, like she just can't get it through her head that this is what it is. So I had to mature enough to be like, I gotta set the boundaries myself.
I'm gonna just say this one last thing. When you guys give us that feeling that we've been yearning for a long time, or that we've been creating in our minds, sometimes it's hard for us to kind of see the bigger picture or what you guys are doing, because we're automatically still caught in our feelings and our emotions and how you make us feel. So it's tough sometimes. So I would say for a man, just a little bit of advice: when you see a woman is doing a certain thing, or acting out of character, or feeling like she's rushing a relationship, you got to kind of check yourself at that point and how you making that woman feel, and see what she's lacking in her life. If she clingy, is she holding on to you because she got daddy issues, she got separation issues? Is she always wanted to put up with your lies and stuff because her parents lied to her? It's like with relationships of any sort, you got to do a kind of a pulse test on relationships to see where this person's mental is at, because everybody mental jacked up right now. So that's just my thing.
And also with men, just a truth moment. You can't really rush a relationship with a man. It's just that he don't want you at that time. You can't really rush a relationship with a man to jump into something in 3 minutes. If you see that you know what Ike said, he met the girl of his life, his dreams in that club.
Man, I still miss it today.
If he would have bumped into that girl and they had a hell of a convo, and she was talking like, because I'm at this age, you know, where I want something serious. Ike next line would have been, yeah, me too. I'm tired of playing games. That's what dudes do when they want a woman. When a girl that you don't like, or that you want to just keep it at this level, tries to make it something it's not. It's like when a guy tries to come out the friend zone with y'all.
I feel disrespected.
Yeah, we just like stop rushing it. We really like, damn, stop. You're gonna make me stop fucking you.
So why ask her to do all of the stuff that y'all ask her to do, right? Oh, let me move in your house. Let me drive your car. Why do men do stuff like that? That's
who in the hell? Who in the hell for one needs to move in a woman's house or drive their car?
I was like, what?
Red flag.
Boys.
That's not part of my talent. That's not in my arsenal right there. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know that line.
Yeah,
this some male stripper nigga who been laying the good dick down, how to fuck their way into somebody's house.
As much as that's what I said. There's a level of myself that I afford to a woman. If I'm interacting with you in that depth, we probably grow our relationship together. But like I said, if I'm not interacting with you in that depth, no, this is what it is. That's why I said there's a level that I let a woman in based on what I see for us.
Also, women too. I wanted to give y'all this advice too. By now, everybody's heard this fucking checklist that y'all into, and you know the dumb shit. Yeah, if a man needs to do this to be with me, a real man will do this, that. So it makes it easy for y'all to be duped. It makes it easy when y'all say people come in showing y'all the false who they are. It's because they've heard that stuff and they know like, okay, if I do this, a woman's going to think I'm this, and they can get what they want out of you. They're going to show up. They're going to wind it down. They're going to act sweet. They're going to give you money. A dude will cash out you $1,000, whatever the fuck it takes, and then
I tell women this all the time. Like that checklist, a nigga could meet that checklist in a matter of days. Like just the interactions with you. All of a sudden, they meet these checklists. You give yourself up, and it's like, oh, he gone. So I be telling girls, I'm like, yo, y'all got a checklist? Like that checklist ain't shit. Like girls be like, oh, I want a guy to give me flowers. I'm like, yeah, I mean, if you gonna let him hit you, of course you're gonna give you flowers. You know what I mean? So flowers is doesn't mean that a guy cares about you.
He just know that women like flowers.
Give you flowers, absolutely.
And men don't respect women with checklists. Honestly, if you got a checklist, you should hide it. You should make it look like you're not really looking for it. For real, because if you
I don't think it's a checklist, it's just expectations of what you want and how you want to be treated.
No.
Well, I'll put it like this. If you come and you telling me, hey, you see this list right here? You got to be doing this, and this. Yeah, I'm not gonna care at all, right? I'm not gonna even pay attention to you.
I don't think same with women. If you gave me a list, I'm gonna be like, goodbye.
Exactly. You should
exactly
have how I conduct myself, right? I have my own personal, like in a sense, idea, right? List, right? And if a woman isn't moving accordingly, guess what? I keep it pushing. I'm not gonna try to change you to match my list so you're a better human being for me. No. If you don't meet what I require for myself, I don't even have a discussion. I keep
But
it
men
moving.
can feel y'all list though. Like we'll be out eating with you, and you'll be like, "Are you gonna pull this chair out? Are you gonna do this, that?" You order something and you wait. We can feel you waiting to see if we're gonna pay for the bill, and it's like, why are you grading me? Like,
behavior.
I'm just trying to vibe and see if our vibe is good. It should look natural.
I feel like a lot of women be trying to like have a man pass her test.
So yeah, and you can feel it though. It don't feel like a natural vibe.
If you giving them the
this
answer,
is all assumption. This is all
no, you can feel it. You can feel it when you out with a girl. They judging you like they setting shit up. Like
I don't like being manipulated. So I'm trying.
Yeah, men don't like that. So it's like you make them not want to do it for you.
Me, I'm very sensitive to it. So I see how some women are moving, and as long as she start moving like that, I'm already good. Because my whole thing is you're trying to create something that that's not me. Like it's one of those. If you're gonna rock with me, if you out with me, there's a level of me that you're gonna have to accept. So if you start trying to have me change into your ideal listing, oh yeah, don't even worry about me. Like I'm already out of there.
Okay, yeah, but what if she's also mentally seeing if you meet her checklist? What if she likes her chair pulled out? What if she likes being treated like a queen?
Well, wait.
That's fine. My whole thing is look. I can treat you like a queen, right? But you have a perception of how a queen should be treated, right? So right. I know how to treat a woman, quote unquote, like a queen. But if your idea of a queen is you actually have to be treated this other way, my whole thing is if we haven't engaged with each other well enough, and you have that, I'm good. Like if I'm not treating you like that, I'm not gonna start treating you like that. I know.
Yeah, but how do you know how to progress to the next level if you don't kind of test the waters a little bit?
Let me explain. Let me try to clear this up because I know what you're saying, Paris, and you're right, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not even telling you you're wrong. What I'm saying is,
I know you just said I'm right. Go ahead.
No, you're not. No, how you go about it is wrong. That's what I'm saying. So like, go through the whole. All right, this is what I mean. Let's say you're really big on a man pulling your chair out, right? Mm-hmm. Which honest to God don't mean he's a good or a bad man. It's just something you got stuck in your head. Like this could be the greatest of man. He could kill for you, feel for you, be a great husband, don't cheat, a great man, whatever. He just didn't pull a chair out. And you judging it on that. But if you like go to the date, you got to look at the date in totality, right? So I would say when he don't pull the chair out, don't act funny. Don't write him off. Just when you get home, assess the whole date in one vacuum and be like, oh, was he a good person or was he not? Go through your checklist at home. Don't let him feel that there's a checklist. Like, let's say me and you go out, right? And like, I've been on dates with women like this. Like, I'll talk to them and I'll be like, oh, we going this place. You're paying, right? Don't say that.
What?
Like, if you want to, they'd be like, so you're paying, right? And it's like, if you want to see if a man's going to pay or not, don't ask him, are you paying, right? See if I'm the kind of man that pays. Just go on a date like you're willing to pay for yourself. And then when I pay, you be like, okay, he passed that test. Say that in your head. Don't verbalize it.
That's what
I'm sorry, Ike, to cut you off, but I got to say this. That is the difference between a girl and a woman, right? A girl is going to lead those signs. Are you paying? A woman is going to know automatically off who she is that her aura is going to create a vibe that you already know that you paying, bro. So don't.
Unless you meet a nigga who just don't pay. It's some Kevin Samuels ass niggas out here that ain't into that shit.
If you meet a dude that just don't pay, that's his loss because she's a boss ass chick and he can't be mature enough to handle her.
But that's what I'm saying. And you could take that loss, but you like don't let them know in that moment. Find out who they are. If you putting that blueprint out there, they're gonna do it.
Let me say
women don't let them know in that moment. Girls do.
Let me say this: the same way I tell women like be yourself and whoever you are is like perfect for you. Like I'm like, there's men that don't pay, right? I'm like, cool, like that's who they are. They'll find a woman that they can entertain that's gonna equate to them. But if that's the standards for you, it just be like, well, that's the first and last time I'm gonna go out with them. Simple as that. You keep it.
I'm saying, don't let a man not throwing his wet coat over a puddle like the movie make you think he's not a good man. Like women start to think this shit. Like a dude could go out, you be like, you paying? You be like, yeah. So the dude go out. And you like, oh, I don't eat at this restaurant. So you're already judging because y'all have a different taste. Like he might think this is a nice restaurant with good food. You might think this is a trashy place to take a woman. Don't mean he's a bad guy. Y'all have a different thing about a restaurant. He likes this restaurant.
Correct, but when you're dealing with a person, when should you let them know? Like, I do want you to open my car door.
That's what I'm saying. No. Perfect.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm like. As you engage with that person, you get to know them, right? Then you can kind of voice certain opinions, but sometimes, like, let's say it's the first date, I'm like, some girls be saying things in the first date that I'm looking like, or I'll call it like the first engagement, where I'm like, yeah, you doing too much. Like, who's gonna be interested in that? You know what I mean? So that's just my perspective on it.
Y'all having
If
a
you
good
get to know,
time. You
yeah,
you and the
but
guy go out, Starr, y'all
that's why I say
vibing.
I don't date, right? I like to engage with a woman, right? So it's like we friends. So if we engaging with each other as friends, and you start telling me the things that you into as a friend, then if I'm kind of focused on you, then yeah, I might be more inclined to rock with you as a friend and do these things for you because I know that's what you into, right? But again, I feel like the idea of dating, and that's why I tell people I don't date. There's so much, like a woman comes in there and is like, it's almost like a job interview. Like she's trying to assess you and you do you qualify for this job? Because I need to hire somebody last week. You know what I mean? And it's like, nah, you can't feel like you gotta hire somebody last week. You gotta come in there. Like, I don't need this position filled. Like, I'm good at this position in the field. But if you like to fill it, cool. Like, I'll get to know you, see whether you actually somebody worthwhile that's worth me committing that level of time to you. So
What he's saying is basically what I'm saying. Like, y'all should meet a guy, right? The right way to do it, like how men do it, kind of. You meet a person and just actually vibe with the person, and all the shit that you like if we hanging out and you feel like, man, our conversation is good, we eating, I enjoy your company, and then I don't open the door for you, right? Later on that night, when you get home, you be like, everything was cool, but if you're not stuck on me not opening the door, later when we talk on the phone, you could be like, damn, like we went out, you didn't even open that door for me. I'm like, oh shit, my bad. And then the problem's corrected. You don't have to cut a nigga off because he didn't open the door. Sometimes he can be a good person, and then you can point out to him in a nice way, like, yeah, you could open that door for me. He'd be like, oh shit, my fault. That's my bad. And then he would never do that again.
When the woman engages with you with that much depth, it kind of like there's more to it. But when the woman is talking to you like, oh, you don't do this, you don't do that, you don't do, it's like that's not my value as a man. Like my value as a man is not determined by me opening the door for you or not.
Women put up with so much nigga shit that they come into the next thing like no holds bar. If you ain't doing this, it's off, and it shouldn't be like that. They like that's what it is. It's pent up. Like this dude was a piece of shit. I ain't never dealing with a dude like that again. Oh, you ain't open the door. Red flag. I'm done with you. Da da da. And it's like, nah, I'm a good person. I just didn't open the door. It's like you don't got to do all that. You're going way too extreme. I'm not going to like everything about you. You're not going to hit every check mark. It's real shit that matters. Like not opening the door, not sitting down, didn't pull your seat out this one time. Don't make him not a gentleman or none of that shit. He could be nervous. He could be on a date. He could be thinking of the next thing to do for you. He could be thinking about what he should order, how he should do this. And then you sat down too quick. He like, damn, he probably be thinking that like, damn, I didn't get to pull the door. And you sitting there like, this date over. And it's like, yo, you going to ruin a whole thing that could have been a fucking soulmate husband because you think he didn't pull a chair.
That's why, like, again, like me, that first interaction, if I take a girl out, like, let's say I holler at a girl, I'm like, oh, she kind of cool. So I'm like, hey, I want to take you out. My takeout is like super chill. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally like I'm just taking out a girl that I'm cool with. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to get to know you, especially like in this time and age where before, like, it's easier to pursue a woman where you guys share the same spaces. If I don't share the same space with you, I don't know you, right? And some people don't really do phone calls like that, right? So my first quote unquote engagement with you, we going somewhere where I don't really know what you like to eat for the most part. I might have asked you. I usually tell girls, hey, wherever you want to go, it's fine by me. But some girls feel some type of way, and there might be a place.
Yeah, you're a red flag. They'd be like, I don't want to plan my own date.
But yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know you. Like,
don't want to take them to the wrong place.
I'm not supposed to take you out, and I don't know you. Like, and then I don't have to like. We don't really talk on the phone like that. So I'm leaving it to you because I'm like, I'll go anywhere and I'll be fine. You take a girl somewhere, she complaining about ambiance, and you can kill it. Oh, they have flowers. Like, I'm like, flowers, like. I didn't even notice, you know what I mean? So sometimes I'm like, hey, because I'm taking you out, I want you to create the perfect scenario for you. You know what I mean?
But then they don't like that because they're going to say they're trying to see what you capable of or what type of person you are.
And that's why I said, if a guy doesn't know you, he can't create that for you. If you guys don't talk over the phone a lot, if you guys don't share same spaces, there's no like, they want to be like on some like maybe college experience where you and the guy share the same spaces. He gets to know you through other mutual friends, so he can kind of take you on a date that you want to go to because he knows you. If some guy doesn't know you, he met you yesterday, he's trying to take you out. If he takes you on the best date of your life, it's probably a generic date that he has on his list. And that's just how
he realized it worked. That's why
generic date. Generic date.
That's the problem. Don't put value. The problem with women is y'all putting value on the date instead of the person. Men don't give a fuck where we see you at in the house.
What's the problem with men, Show?
Be perfect.
Huh?
Stop
What's the problem with men?
This is attacking the girls, or what is this?
What's the problem with men?
I told you, I'm telling you the difference between.
I don't date men. So
the difference between men and women. The difference between men and women is we're going through all of this shit because we like the woman. we don't give a fuck about the scenery. Y'all are judging us off where we trying to meet you at. We just trying to get to know you. But to get to know you, we got to take you to the right spot and buy the right shit. We got to do all this generic dumb shit instead of bonding with people. You need to bond with people, not the place you ate at. Not the fucking.
Turn this ship around. Turn this ship
A person.
around.
You know,
And
this is what I'm saying. Like, if you ask me what guys do wrong, and like I'm assessing from what women have told me and what some of the guys do, it's probably a level of manipulation where a guy's trying to coerce you to sleep with them. So he might take you on this date that he'll think you like because most women like it. And yeah, you might like the date, but that doesn't necessarily equate to him actually caring about you. You know what I mean? So
what if he do like you? Even if you do like the girl, you gotta still take them on a generic date to make them like you.
That's what I'm trying to say.
You gotta stop with this generic dating.
But this is what I'm trying to say.
The minute it is generic because we faking. We don't even want to do this shit. We just have to come to our house and watch Netflix.
But no, this is what I'm trying to say. Some women operate with a level of that fear. Like you going on the date with a guy, he's like, well, all he wants to do is do this to me. So that's why sometimes they give up a certain level of energy because they're like, well, they don't know if this guy's really there for them or not. So what I tell a woman is, if you really want to know if a guy's there for you or not, you have to create your own kind of like engagement with them to be able to assess that. You can't assess that by the type of date he takes you. You can't assess that by money he spends on you. Like I was in Atlanta, I know people that scam. I'm like, he could take you on a $5,000 date. That don't mean he care about you. That $5K was easy for him. Like he just looking for something to do. But she like, damn, he loved me. Okay, like you know what I mean? And I'm like, so that's why I tell people you got to assess the person you're with to actually be able to discern whether that person is really there because they actually want to be with you more than they're there because they just want to smash.
But then Ike, as a man, you know it when you take a woman on a $5,000 date, right?
Yeah.
You don't like her no more. You feel like for real, even if it went well, you'll go home and be like, you know what, this bitch owes me $5,000.
Audience, guys, do you hear this?
That's the truth. I know I ain't lying. You catch yourself doing too much for a girl. You go out there, you had this great date, and she really into you. You go home like, I'm a damn fool. What the fuck did I do this for this woman?
No, I know what you say. That's why I'm rolling. Like to a degree, yes, right. But this is what I say I like, right? Because I've taken I don't really have a scale of how much I spend on an outing with a girl, right? But what I appreciate is certain dynamics that I share with her. You know what I mean? Based on how she moves as we're out chilling, it's gonna make it worthwhile. Because I've been out with a chick and spent a lot of money, and it was like,
what's a lot of money, Ike?
About 300.
Oh, that ain't a lot of money.
If I don't know you though, I don't know you. I just spent,
okay, that's not a lot of money.
I just spent 300 on a dinner situation. I'm like, yeah, I don't really know, but it to me that's a lot of money because you could go out on the. I mean,
well, I'm saying if I wasn't with you, I would have went and got a fucking Chipotle thing for $10. I didn't
like this other things I could have done with the 300, but I'm like, she was just worth it. Like I guess well, because in New York, let's say in New York you're gonna spend about $150, right? So with her, it was like, oh, that was like 2 engagements, right? But it was worth it because Shorty was actually dope. Like I enjoyed my experience with her. We rocked, and I was like, oh, she actually dope. So I enjoyed it. But if you go out with somebody and they're whack, and you like, God damn, like you there, like, yeah, I ain't gonna do this dumb shit again.
Or if the next day they hit you up and they want to do that, they think that's an everyday lunch thing. Like sometimes I eat regular food too. Like, yeah, I go to these places, but sometimes I go to places that's $20 too. I do both.
But that's
every Tuesday. I don't owe you a fucking $800 dinner.
But what I've realized too, as I've gotten older, some women don't really grasp finance, right? So there's a certain amount of money that a guy would spend, and it's like she don't even rationalize. Oh, he spent this much money. But maybe she's somebody that don't got bills and she don't pay certain things, so she don't understand how money works. Understand
no, she's somebody who looks fine and used to men spending that kind of money, so she don't
care.
All
right, and then how about the men who use their money to get women, or they try to flash and then they get mad when they get women who all they want is money from them?
I know people like that.
Yeah,
you leave with your money.
You can't get a girl.
You know why?
That's a deal. No, I was like, that's a dumb problem. Like, I feel like I said, I live how I live, right? So whatever comes with how I live, I accept. If a man leave with money, he's like, hey, listen, I don't got swag. I'm a terrible communicator, but I'm gonna throw this money up. And then he throw money up and he all upset about how the reactions he getting back. I'm like, bro, you corny, you moving a certain way and it don't work for you. That don't even work for you. Like, that's a you problem.
That's what I was saying about when I said Ike, when I told Ike, you do all that, and then you get home, and then you be mad at yourself. You don't even like the woman no more. And the reason I'm saying that is because even if the date goes well, you could have subbed me out and put any nigga in with the $5,000 and the date would have went well. It's not me. You didn't give a fuck about me. You just wanted the money. And that's where a dude loses respect for you, because we know there's like 2 girls out of 100 that's not gonna fuck with me after I take you on a date like that. 2. So it's like it's not a me thing. It's you could have replaced us. You only did that because who the fuck wouldn't enjoy themselves at? I had a great time. Sure you did. I spent $5,000. I knew you had a fucking great time. So it's like it's not worth it. It's not even worth to do nothing like that. You do that with somebody you love.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't do that with no girl you courting or no shit like that. Like I don't care enough about if you like me enough to take you on a date like that.
That's crazy.
You can buy a prostitute for that. Really, essentially, you're paying for some pussy at that point, and you can just go get. You can go on the pretty girl's inbox on Facebook, say I got $2,000. Do you want to fuck? They'll just tell you you ain't got. You can skip the date.
That's that fast pass in Disney.
That's that fast pass.
Fast pass.
You know, I actually know guys who do that. I know a couple guys who got money like that. They actually go on women's inbox and be like, $1,800 for sex. They just keep it straight there. And you know, like Indecent Proposal, you know, people say they wouldn't do it, but if you catch them at the right time, them bills coming up,
top of the month.
tight, $1,800 look like $100,000.
We gotta defend us. What is going on here?
I forgot about men too.
Sometimes
men and women are shit. Yeah, men are fucked up because women are fucked up. We do what y'all think y'all want. Y'all
run it out.
Y'all set the tone, and then y'all get mad when dudes start faking. You know why dudes faking like they got money? Because niggas with money get more pussy. That's why. If y'all wasn't liking more men like that, then niggas wouldn't act like that.
Well, look, check this out. When you was like, you know, men be faking on social media and all that stuff, well, there's people fucking them. Like, you know what I mean? So it works. So I'm like,
attention for it. Like, you're telling them to stop something that works.
Look, check this out. And what I hate is then they'll tell me to say something to like the guys that do that. I'm like, he don't even listen to y'all. Like, why would he listen to me? I'm like, how am I supposed to change him to be a better man? And he get all the action he want in life. I'm like, I can't tell, like,
like, okay, Paris washing her bins down in her stories, right? And then a dude gonna go try to talk to her. He gonna wait till he got that rental car. And then he gonna hit her up like, hey, what you doing? After he posts this thing, that he feeling confident. Yeah. But he ain't gonna write you that shit when he riding in his fucking punch buggy. When he ride, he's not gonna write you yet. Yeah, you like, I gotta get my shit. You gotta give off an illusion. He gonna wait till he get his income tax check and then invite you out to eat somewhere he never even been. For one night, he be like, for one night, I could be that nigga. Just one night.
So, one night in Paris.
One night in Paris.
You know what? Where are my earplugs?
And that's why men don't be consistent too. You ever met a man and you thought it went well, and then you like, damn, I really liked him. He only could do it one time. You're like, why hang out with you again? Men, I know men will cut you off. They don't want you to know. So it's like, man, if hey, Ike, you ever talk to a man?
The secrets. I've told girls that I'm like, yo, you went out with a situation with a guy. It was really nice. I'm like, that's probably what he wants for you, but he can't be consistent.
Yeah, he liked you, so he like, I only do it one time, and I really want to hit that. So it's like they do that.
He's worth the value. You know, if he could do that every day, he would. He just can't. So
we talk to our friends. We like, what happened with that girl? They be like, man, she too high maintenance. I like the man, but she want to spend fucking $800. Man, I got it one time. She want to stay at this hotel. Like, I ain't about to keep doing that shit. I know plenty of men who stop talking to girls because of that. Nah, she keep wanting to eat at some nasty ass spot. Like,
you know what? That's that immature thing. If you really like her and that's what she like, you gonna pursue her and you gonna be willing to drop that $800 a night.
Ain't nobody living on the corner because the girl like to eat at fucking places that cost mortgage.
I know a lot of guys that's living.
I don't like her more than the 4 walls.
Listen, this is what I say. Can the girl inspire you to like get your life together and be that caliber of man? Yes, but if you're not there and you see her. And then you can't deliver that. I mean, you're gonna have to make a decision. Like,
you should have never disturbed her peace.
Thank you, Starr.
I mean that sounds nice. It sounds nice. I know what you're saying. It sounds good, but the reality is, like, a lot of you women want your peace disturbed. Like,
women.
It sounds good, but I'm like,
I like how y'all think they're supposed to not get what they want.
Imagine, look.
Imagine moral code.
Imagine a woman, right? And she like, oh, men don't talk to me like women want men to engage with them. So that's why, like, the guy at the gas station, he get a bad rap, but they love him.
We don't.
We don't.
We don't love
We
them. We
don't.
want to pump our gas in peace.
All right.
Right.
All
Right. Well,
I like
I'm gonna be honest. I don't pump gas, but yeah, we don't.
I really like how women think men supposed to be their authentic bum self, so they can't get a woman that they find attractive. Like,
You know
don't come
what?
acting
Don't
like
do
you're
that.
somebody.
There's
Listen,
somebody for everybody,
I'll say this.
They don't want that person. They want the girl that won't fuck with them because they don't like their car.
Right? But what I realized with that is, yeah, like it's just certain things just not gonna work out. Like I don't think women, like, as much as women try to act like they value it, they don't really value it, and I'm okay with it. Like I don't care. Like I just who I am. But I'm like, yeah, women don't really value that. Like I could see why men fake who they are to get what they want, because it's kind of like put like this. Like I used like sometimes like a guy will fake with a woman, right? And all of a sudden they fall in love, and now she like, oh, she go with the faking, like she go with whatever he is now. So it does work because women accept it. It's just not for me. But again, if the move works, I can't be like, oh, this is fucked up. I'm like, no, it works on both ends. Women accept it and men do it. So
it's common sense. Paris, would you date? Would you just date men that you're unattractive to because you're not on their level? No, you're gonna try to make yourself on the level of the man you want. As best as you can.
Make myself on the level that I'm just gonna be myself and attract a man that.
No, what I'm saying that don't work for men. Women these days, there is no. If you're a bum ass, if you're a certain kind of man, you're not gonna bump into that woman that you desire. It ain't gonna happen. It won't happen no more.
It's unfortunate for y'all.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate for y'all because niggas are gonna trick you now.
That's why it's not easy. Look, that's why it's not easy being a man. That's why men have high suicide rates. It is what it is. I'm okay with it. I just tell you, like, I know why some men make certain moves. Do I think it's cool? I'm like, nah, because it creates a lot of whatever, but women accept it. So a lot of like what Show was saying earlier, if women accept a certain type of behavior, then men are going to display the behavior. You know what I mean? Like, so, and that's just what it is.
That's adaptation. Men learn that this don't work for me. They know what kind of person they is. They get tired of seeing their friend fuck the girl that they like all the time, and they like, I got to make a change. and a lot of people don't got that. They don't got what it takes to become a 6-figure guy or $1 million guy or whatever the case may be. So you think they're gonna X a whole list of women off because they can't reach a certain plateau? Hell no, they're gonna find a way to get what they want, even for a short time. Yeah, I can be this guy for 2 days. I can't keep it up.
Yeah, it's like I could confidently be myself for my own reasons, right? But if a guy's like, damn, like me being me doesn't even get me what I want. You know what I mean? And he really wants that, then it's like,
yeah, man, you was a piece of shit.
You know what I mean?
Y'all are something else, honey.
This is honestly at another level.
Y'all something else. Y'all won't let a man
I'm
be
not going to
himself.
portray to be something I'm not.
Right.
Yeah, because you don't have to, because men are going to fuck you.
Hold on. Are we going to act like this doesn't happen? Because I'll pull up social media right now, and a lot of women. Portray to be something. So this is not something that just men do. This is society.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, definitely. First of all, we're not going to say that women got fake whole bodies now.
Like,
but why do they have fake whole bodies?
A whole woman, their whole
why
body
do
is
they have them?
They're being somebody they're not.
Blame men for that. Well, we blaming y'all for how men behave too. Look at that.
That's what we say. The way women change their bodies is the way men change their personalities. That's what it is. It's the same shit. Like, you know why women change their bodies? Because fucking Future not going to talk to you with that body you got.
You're not even going to let you in the club.
That's why.
But will Jay-Z talk to her with the body she got?
Oh,
not unless she's making a business deal.
He got me. He good.
Hell no. You see, you got Beyonce. You got to turn your body into Beyonce to get with her.
So
this too much.
Listen, this real. This real. Like I said, they say women's currency is their beauty, and men's currency is their money.
And so women invest into their beauty now. All their money going to their beauty to become something. It changes your whole life. The finer you get, the more access you get, the more type of people you can get to, the better rooms you can get in. It undercuts hard work, because if you're not that fine, then you got to have degrees and really do shit.
I was telling the chick the story where I'm like, if so, a guy and a woman is more or less in the same level. Let's say they both come from the hood. This girl is beautiful. She's gonna have access to things that he will never have access in life. She's gonna get flued out to places he ain't never gonna get flued out nowhere. You know what I mean? So I'm like, until he get a little
sugar mama,
until he get a little money in his pocket, yeah, he ain't gonna be able to do too much. He ain't gonna have access to nothing. But all she gotta do is put a couple of pictures on social media. damn near she could have 1 million followers and she making money off social. He ain't even going.
And then be like, "You bum ass nigga, you don't got no ambition." Like, no, I didn't have a fat ass.
But
I didn't have a fat ass. That's why I don't have 1 million followers. It's not that you work harder than me.
I accomplish everything in the world. Like, you know what I mean? So, and this is my thing with women. I'm like, I don't knock y'all for what y'all are able to do. I say, look, if you know who you are, what you're able to do, make it work for you. I support it because, again, men make it work for them. What happens is society tends to try to bash women for what women are able. Like, women have sexuality going for them. Society tries to bash y'all for it. I'm like, nah, own your sexuality and make it work for you. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of women are not confident, right? Because they measure themselves up to other women. So you're saying own who you are and be comfortable and use your gifts as you were given. But a lot of beautiful women, particularly, are not as confident. They're not as bold. They're not as ambitious because they automatically have a lot of self-doubts because they're trying to compare themselves to other women. But I think when it comes to that perspective from a man, I think men gotta kind of take it where, all right, this woman's beautiful, she can get whatever she wants to, she from the hood, but she come with some sugar honey iced tea, and be willing to accept that type of thing instead of looking and try to say, oh, she's perfect, da 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 da. So it's kind of jacked up on both ends.
I was gonna say some of those men that I guess maybe want you to be perfect. I think for them it's more, it comes off like I don't know. I don't know if it's like a confident thing for them or it's insecurity thing for them, because to a degree they see you as their representative, so they want you to be perfect because you representing them. You know what I mean? So that's I think that's just a different relationship dynamic where some women want to be that representation for their man, so they want to, in a sense, aspire to that perfection, right? So that's just a different relationship dynamic where I'm like, if you're a woman and you're dealing with a man like that, I don't think the man is wrong. I just think if you don't like how he engages with you, you need to go find a man that is more tailored to you. It can't be, oh, these niggas got to change. Like, that's the one thing that goes throughout social media where women are always complaining about men. And I'm like, yo, rock with men that rock with you. Like, you trying to change Joe to Tom, but Joe ain't Tom. Like, you go rock with Tom. You know what I mean?
Girls want King Vaughn to act like Russell Wilson.
What is that?
Future to act like Russell Wilson. That's the thing.
Girls want to do like Future. And they get to do like Future and be like, these niggas is little kids. Like, no, Future. Russell Wilson acts like Russell Wilson. You got to get, if you want a Russell Wilson, get a Russell Wilson. Don't try to get this dude and then turn him into what you like, then go on social media and complain about him. These kids are immature. You knew that dude was running the streets. You met him like that. You met him, he had a bunch of women. You met him in the VIP section with 20 women. And then he gives you some time a day, and then you hold him to the status that ain't going to happen. He had 20 of you in that section. So it's like, you're not, your looks don't mean to him what it means to somebody who actually gives a fuck about you. You know, it's other guys who look at you like, man, you are the shit. And then there's other guys who look at you as you're one of the many, this is my level. Like, you're just another one in my stable. You know what I'm saying? You could be fine or whatever, but you got to judge by, you don't want Drake. Drake has no value for you, bro. It's like he's fucked the world's greatest women. You can't impress him. He just fucking women. It's like, there's nothing you can do. But if you fuck somebody else that never had a you, then he will value you and don't want to lose you. This dude don't give a fuck if he probably lose your number, and you can give him the best night of his life, suck his toes, whatever. He just not gonna remember you.
It don't matter. He will go fuck your friend.
He will, and that's what happens when y'all go get that guy that y'all think is on that level. And niggas work hard to get on that level to not care about a woman. You like that's your whole drive halfway. Like, you get up there and you're like, now I don't gotta give a fuck what these bitches think. Like, I'm fucking with who I want, when I want, and nobody can hurt my feelings. Like, you become invincible. Yeah, and you know that these women wouldn't talk to you if you wasn't you.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's men like that pursue money for that reason. You know what I mean? So that's the one thing where a lot of women like, I want to be with a man with money. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, like, good guys have money too and all that. But there's men, the main reason why they pursue a certain venture is to get money to be able to treat women a certain way. You know what I mean? So a woman will get hyped that he got money. He's like, yeah, he really got it just to treat you like shit. But you hyped that you with a nigga with money, he got these relationships, he this and that. Cool.
You're so replaceable to a guy with money. That's the real issue. Like,
it's too much.
You're cute and you can cook. That sounds like 1,000 other women.
Cold world.
Yeah, you're replaceable. Like, you got to get to somebody who really likes you, man. That's the truth.
It's the same thing like with women. Like, really, a lot of women that are really like attractive and selling their sexuality, they say men are replaceable. Like, we know we replaceable and we don't care. It's like, cool. Like what Drake say, one night only. Like, hey, one night is fine by me. Like, yeah. So if a man know he replaceable, we accept it. But
But
women
look at
be
the
trying to
IG
act
models now. Like,
yeah.
if
So
a
a lot
rapper
of
treat
women
them bad
Can
or
me
something,
and
get
Starr
emotional about
talk?
it.
yeah, jump in. My bad, man. I just going in on y'all.
Oh yeah, we just let. Oh, all right,
Get in
Starr.
there.
All right, Starr. Talk to us.
No, I'm you go, Paris.
I ain't got nothing to say, child. They done
You can't
sucked
say
me.
you be talking. Then no, that's why we seen y'all. We were trying to
Oh,
get
y'all
y'all
don't want
some.
the truth, huh?
We
We was
was
telling
like
y'all
this
some
the whole
women
time.
leaders.
Hey, tag me in. It was like double dutch when somebody else was waiting to go on the road.
Right.
Oh yeah, now my bad. We start telling y'all
We're
the
in
truth.
overtime. The show usually goes an hour. Once it goes past an hour, we just start going for hours. It's a freestyle.
Right. Listen, I don't know about y'all, but I gotta get up early.
Oh yeah, I'm good for
And
that.
in Paris, you're supposed to be the moderator. You're supposed to Ben stop this.
I'm not the moderator.
The cute
Somebody
one's the
take us on
moderator.
out. Take us on out. I really had a good time conversating with you guys tonight, though. Like this conversation was real, was authentic. We have fun, we joke, we laugh, but we also was serious too. I mean, y'all all in my eyes are the sugar honey iced tea. You know,
Hey.
it's your second time here. You know, welcome.
Hopefully it's his last.
Starr, oh my
Y'all
god,
gonna need me before I need y'all.
Starr, you like the calm to my storm over there in the corner. You know, I appreciate you for joining us, man. Show it's always a blast. And
Anytime.
when you get to talking, it's just like
Y'all be firing me up.
Show
You
out
don't
here
stop,
telling the
Show.
truth. Huh? Like I told you, hey, that's like Martin Luther. If they get you, I'll know why. He telling
Right.
the truth.
showy truth. Show me the truth.
I'm telling y'all lies from now on.
You know what? Listen, Show, take us on out.
I appreciate y'all for coming out. This was a good show. Starr been spinning us for about 10 shows in a row. We glad she finally came through.
Thanks
She's
for
up past
having
her
me.
bedtime. If you wonder why she got nonchalant, she usually missed the show because she goes to bed early and she wakes up and watches on her own time.
It was
So
hard
we
for
glad
me
we
to
kept
stay
her
up.
We
I
appreciate
slept
everybody in
alone.
the audience. We got the arguing, and usually we always usually go into the comments a lot more. But when Ike on here, he be trying to overtalk me, so I can't really get my shit off. So I have time for that. But now I appreciate all y'all, man. We'll be back next Thursday. If y'all got any topics, DM Paris. You got an excuse to get in her inbox, y'all. Nah, DM one of us if you got something you want us to talk about. We don't really come up with our topics till like Sunday or Monday. So if you don't hear from y'all, we come up with something together. But we open to some good topics. Let us know what y'all want us to talk about.
Yeah, Starr, Ike, got anything y'all want to close us out with?
Oh, I was gonna say I appreciate y'all having me on again. You know what I mean? I know I was filling in, but you know, a fan favorite, so it was no pressure. I came here for y'all. I didn't do this for me.
Thanks for boosting our ratings.
No, but you know, it's always good to talk to you guys. We always have real conversations, so it's always a pleasure to be here.
Yay.
And thank you guys for having me on. I love always tuning in and giving my insight in the comments. And it was cool to be live today with you guys.
Yes.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Bye, y'all.
We out.
Bye.